Well, hi there guys, it's Tony here from Caveman Props, and I'm here today with another video for you. It's a little bit different, something I've not done before. It's something I've been thinking of for a little while, and that is basically a Q&A. I put it out on my Facebook and Instagram accounts, a chance for people to ask me questions and for me to do a video answering those questions if you had anything out there. So I put that out a little while ago. Some of you didn't disappoint, you did send me some questions, which was very good. So I'm doing this video now to obviously answer them for you. Okay, so we're going to head into the first question. What got you started in prop building and cosplay? From Sarah. Okay, well Sarah, I've been interested in props for quite a long while. I'm always very into especially sci-fi programs, but sort of strange things. And when you see a prop, some of the things like what I've got on the board behind me, when you get to hold something like that, it gives you a instant connection, kind of to the character or to the show. So I kind of really started by being a collector. So I was collecting replica props. I got a few kind of originals. Couldn't really afford much in the way of originals. So I started collecting replicas. It is a very, very expensive hobby to have. I don't really know how it kind of started, but I'd found a couple of people online, which I found really fascinating. It's Adam Savage, who I'd already seen on Mythbusters, but he was doing a lot of stuff on YouTube, building replica props. Another guy was Bill Durand, who has a brilliant YouTube channel and website, and who's the other? The other one was Evil Ted, and I started following them. And I sort of saw, different things that they were doing to build some replica props. So I started having a go at it myself. And it was a very steep learning curve. But I kind of found that I got quite into it and was really enjoying building it. I mean, we're going back quite a few years now. And this was before things like Foamsmith were very popular amongst the cosplayers. Wasn't very heard of back then. Now it is. Everyone's doing sort of foamsmithing. So we're going back then. So I kind of started the YouTube channel because of all the stuff I'd learned through trial and error. I kind of wanted to pass on. So that's how I kind of started on that. Cosplay, I kind of always enjoyed and wanted to kind of do a bit more. So I kind of started into that. And I always turn around and say, well, that's where that started. But in conversation with one of my sisters, I was always dressing up as a kid, and she pulled out pictures, and I remember it of me going to fancy dress competitions, and I'd won a few of them dressing up as different characters. So I think that's kind of something that's always been with me, the cosplay part. Just in recent years, it's come out more dramatically with bigger and sort of like better costumes, like the Cyberman and the Ice Warrior from Doctor Who. So I kind of love things like that. So so it was kind of a gradual progression. It was enjoying shows and wanting to feel a connection to something, and I think that's how it started. And then prop building came from that because it was slightly cheaper. That's how that started. But I kind of also really enjoyed it. So so that's how it came about. Really sort of did it because it was cheaper, really enjoyed it, wanted to share it, and that's how things like that really started. Okay, next question. Hi Tony, love the channel. I build props using Lego. Have you ever made props from Lego? Liam13. I don't know if that's a username, Liam13, or if that's Liam age 13. I've got a son called Liam. I don't think he's 13 though, but he loves Lego as well. I do love Lego. I do love building things from Lego. I haven't built any props from Lego. I have to admit, I have thought about it, because I've seen like kits where you can build like a replica lightsaber out of Lego. And my daughter saw one just recently, someone had built an R2-D2 out of Lego. So yeah, it's something I've really looked into. I love building Lego. I love Lego, but I've not built any props from Lego. So I think I'm going to do that. I might have a go at like building a lightsaber and going that way. Well, one thing I have seen is people build not the Lego lightsabers as if it was one of the Lego characters holding it. So the tiny little tube thing that you stick the bit in to make it look like a lightsaber. People have built full-size ones of them. that's quite fascinating. So there's some wonderful stuff out there. So I might have a go at it, but obviously it's time constraints with other things going on, and also price, because Lego is not really cheap at the moment, but it is lots of fun. Once you've got Lego, it's universal, it stays with you forever. So yeah, I might give that a go, but I haven't done it as yet. It's something I plan to do. What was it? Liam, yep. If you've got some pictures of your stuff, please send it to me. I'd love to see it. But there we go. Yeah, so I will plan to do some Lego builds. We'll get there. So 3. Right. What fandoms are you most interested in? From Russell. Well, I think that's kind of fairly obvious. I'm big into Doctor Who. But I love quite a lot of different fandoms. Obviously, everyone likes Star Wars. I've always kind of been into Star Trek. But I think obviously Doctor Who has always been my biggest one. But I don't I probably have categorised myself into the Doctor Who area. But I like to watch other things. I've built really into The Expanse on Amazon. Really sort of enjoyed that as quite a gritty, more grown up sci-fi show. But I just love all different types and different people's visions and different props at how someone would build something in that style and someone would build something in this style. I kind of love it all, and I probably think that's why I like Doctor Who, because it kind of goes back and you go to different planets, but you also go into the past and then you go into the future. So there's all different types of things you can really get there. But I do love lots and lots of different things, but I'd probably say Doctor Who is the top one. Where are we? Right, what process do you go through when starting a project through to its... What process do you go through when starting a project through to its completion? I go through quite a lot, actually. It always starts with reference artwork of something I want to build. So I think when you watch one of my prop builds or tutorials, what you see there is probably only about 20% of what I go through to build out. A lot of it is finding reference images, playing about with different things, working out how it's going to actually go together and how I can build this. I spend a lot of time on that, a lot of time planning, a lot of time drawing, and then actually get down. And sometimes I'll play about with a few different things, build a part of it, maybe see how that works. If I like that, then I move on to something else or try something different. So there's a lot of processes. It always starts with reference images. Most reference images you can get, because some props are different on one side to the next, so you need as many reference images as possible, and then try and sort of like put that down. Depends obviously on how you're building it. If you're building at foamsmith, you need to work out kind of what layers and what you can build up, what needs to be shaped, and you need to plan all of that quite far in ahead. So I spend, ages and ages sitting there planning a build, and probably only about 20% of the time actually building it. So it's a lot of processes, and the building bit's always fun, is the most funnest. You kind of build it together and then painting it, finishing it, adding weathering details. I love all of that type of thing. You can make something, you suddenly get something that looks really new, and then you kind of like make it look old and add battle damage to it. It's all a wonderful process. But yeah, always reference images, planning, drawing, planning, more drawing, playing about, more drawing, more planning, build. That's basically how that goes. So that was from Stuart. Right, next question. Will you be doing any tutorials on casting, Joe? I used to do casting a long time ago, latex like masks, and it takes a lot of time to do. It's not the cheapest things to do as well. I still have a lot of the stuff from that, so I might do it. It's kind of an interesting question. I might do something on producing a cast from something and building something that way rather than foam something. It's something different I can add to it, but it does take a long time and a lot of planning, so trying to fit that in around other stuff could be a bit more tricky. But I'd like to, yes. I think this doing something on casting would be good. So whether you're casting something in latex or whether I'm casting something in a hard base resin, yeah, I'll think about it. I'm definitely going to think about it, but I haven't done as yet. But I'll definitely do something on that. So that was from Joe. Thank you for that one. Are you excited to be going back to Comic Cons? Ben10. Is that a username, Ben10, or is that Ben Age 10? Well, Ben, I am absolutely ecstatic to be getting back to Comic Cons. Really, really looking forward to it. I don't think you realise how much I am looking forward to getting back to it. But having said that, I won't be doing any Comic Cons this year. I'm going to be saving it till next year. The reason behind that is obviously my wife's had an operation, so I kind of need to be on hand here to help with that and the recovery, and we have to go going backwards and forwards to hospital, so I have to be a bit safe at the moment with everything how it is. I kind of have to be a bit safe and make sure, because if I catch something or she catches something, it's going to put her recovery back a lot longer, so therefore it takes even longer for me to be able to get back to Comic Cons. So I'm being very careful, and hopefully everything should be finished by December, so I'll get Christmas out the way, and then next year, so 2022, I'll start looking at doing the Comic Cons again. Obviously I know some people are back to it now, I'm really enjoying it, but obviously I kind of have to think about things a little bit differently, but I'm going to get back to it next year. I think the last one I went to was Science of the Time Lords in February 2019, so it was just before we went into lockdown. So that was my last one, and more than likely might be my first one back in 2022. So but yes, I am so looking forward to getting back to Comic Cons, just to meet people, to show off different costumes. It's going to be good. There's people that I call very dear friends that I only ever see at Comic Cons, so it's going to be great to get back to that, just to be able to see them. It's going to be really good. I'm so looking forward to it, and it's going to be absolutely brilliant. So yes, I am looking forward to that. Going to take a little bit more time before I get back to it, but I will get back to it. Where are we? Right. I've been thinking of setting up my own YouTube channel. How easy is it, and do you make good money from it? Brendan. Well, there's two questions there. How easy it is to set up a YouTube channel? It's very easy to set up a YouTube channel. You can do that quite easily. The difficult part is always producing content for it. It depends on what you're planning on doing. If you're doing something that somebody else is already doing and there's lots of people doing it, it can be very hard to get it going. It can be very, you're not getting as many subscribers as you'd hoped, and it can be very soul destroying. I set mine up literally just for fun. It's something I enjoy doing. I put it out. I really enjoy doing it and putting the videos out. I don't make any money from it because I do it as for fun and as a hobby. So I do know people that make good money out of it, but they invest a lot of time into it to be able to make the money from it. So they will be doing at a minimum 1 to 2 to 3 videos a week, putting it out. Lots of posts on social media, always kind of pushing that out and producing large amount of content from it. Because you need to be able to get your subscribers up, get your watch views up, and then you can start making money from the views. Like, I think it's like point something of a pence for every view you get once you get so many. So you can make money that way. There's also paid sponsorships and things. You can do it. It's a lot of hard work to get there, but I don't go that route. I do this as a hobby, for fun, because I enjoy it. That's why I don't put lots of videos out, because I have to do other things in and around it, and I do other things to make money, and I have family. So you can. It's very easy to set up a channel. It's harder to produce the content and put it out. That is the real work. Setting up the YouTube channel, you can do in a matter of minutes online. It's then getting it out there, putting stuff on it, is the harder bit, and to make money of it you have to be up there. You have to get, you know, I can't remember what it is, but it's several thousand subscribers, you know, and get the monetization thing, I think it is, and then you can start getting money, and that's when they play ads at the beginning. You get a percentage of that. I don't do that. I think people like the fact they don't have to have an ad in the middle of one of my videos. So there, that's it. I just do it for fun. I don't do it to make money, but you can do. It's a lot of hard work, and you have to be really good. So you have to do something unique, something that's not out there already, that people are going to want to watch and follow. But I do know a few people that have had to, you know, they've done brilliantly in giving up their day job. Wow, brilliant. But I haven't got to that stage yet. Probably might not, but I just do it for fun. I don't do it just to get out there like that. So yeah, I think that was the last question for today. Well, there we go. Thank you guys. Thanks for your questions. If it's your first time you're watching this and you think, oh, I wanted to ask a question, you can do it again. Send me a question either on email, Facebook, Instagram. Follow the accounts of Caveman Props. Obviously, please like, please subscribe. It's always good. Yeah, ask me a question. If I get some more people ask questions, I will do another video and answer all those questions for you. But so thanks for that. Thanks for those people that wonderfully sent me some questions. Thanks for your time for viewing, and hopefully I'll see you all very soon.